Thank you, Chairman Carter, for holding this important hearing. And I want to thank you, Inspector General, for your work, for being here today to testify. I'll start by saying that I've been very concerned by the overreach of the Environmental Protection Agency under the Biden-Harris administration. It's been the most extreme EPA with their spending and regulatory policies. The EPA regulatory agenda has made things harder, for example, for farmers in my district, especially with access to important chemicals used by our farmers, which are being restricted, like dicamba. Additionally, the emission rule for heavy-duty vehicles and the final rule to designate FOA and FOAS and the two common PFAS substances as hazardous materials under the Comprehensive Environmental Response, Compensation, and Liability Act hamstrings my farmers who are trying to feed and clothe our nation. This brings up questions regarding the scientific decisions the EPA makes. And I bring this up, we've got one of the finest research universities in the country there in Athens, Georgia. And, they're doing research every day to provide us with the most efficient, most abundant food supply in the world. A lot of talent there. And the EPA is being funded far beyond what we're funding research universities. But what I'm hearing is, and I'm hearing this, is that the EPA can't recruit the talent to actually know the science behind these things. Obviously, we're sitting here today. We are in the last 365 days, we've run up about $2.4 trillion more in debt. And, we can't continue that. And so we're saying, hey, where's the money going here? And what is the expertise? I mean, we hear all these statistics. Where's the actual scientific data by actual trained researchers? I mean, people who have the credentials to do the research in this. We're a nation governed by laws, not by unelected bureaucrats. This administration's EPA has made much of promoting its scientific integrity policy, but a true defense of robust, unbiased scientific assessments and conclusions, which I support, is different than using political science to deflect poorer statutory compliance achieved with similar resources as other administrations. Please speak about your recent findings on EPA's scientific integrity policy and the Biden EPA forwarding compliant identities to senior career managers as well as the manager named in the complaint.
Our reports note that managers, and truth be told, I know that this can seem like a partisan volleyball, but all of this occurred with respect to the career staff at the GS-15 level and below, but after the complaints were filed, those were circulated among the staff, and I have to tell you, as a matter of best practice, that has a real chilling effect on the willingness of whistleblowers, subsequent whistleblowers, to come forward, which is why we raised it in our reports.
Why has the agency resisted OIG oversight on this policy, including report claims of retaliation, retribution, or reprisal?
I don't know why.
Why has EPA delay corrective actions of scientific integrity activities?
I don't know why.
Earlier this year, EPA proposed and then finalized adjustment factors to so-called FEM, federal equivalent method monitors that were approved for use by the EPA in 2016 as a substitute for the air monitors traditionally used to measure PM 2.5 concentrations. I don't expect you to be familiar with this, but when you hear about data inaccuracies and your testimony is talking about data inaccuracies across EPA's programs, do you think an audit of EPA's practices relating to air monitoring could be warranted?
Well, I'm happy to report that we just announced an audit of money spent under ARPA and the IRA on these community-based air monitorings.
Well, this raises several troubling issues over the process taken by this agency and the accuracy of the data. And certainly, this is not political. This is Congress's responsibility. Oversight is our responsibility. We're a guardian of the American people. Thank you, and I yield back.